Hey guys, hey, it's your girl Evadne here. Welcome to another edition of Spotlight. To, Today I am just overjoyed, I'm excited, I am elated, I'm every one of those things all together because I have a very special guest with me this evening. I can't wait to speak to him. Welcome to those of you who are joining us for the first time. My name is Evadne, like I said before, and I am the founder of the New Market St. Elizabeth Group. I am pleased this evening to welcome you guys back here with us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Those of you who just joined us, please go ahead and share again so that we can have more people in the house to listen to this exciting young man that I'm about to speak to. The Louisville High School crowd in the house, please go ahead and share this. You're going to want to hear from this young man. That's his former school. So you're going to want to hear what he has to say. I know we've been tooting the horn very loud for Louisville. So you all go ahead and just share, because we need a crowd in the house before we start, okay? For those of you who come here night to night, I always say I really appreciate you guys. I don't take it for granted that you sit around almost, 5 nights a week to support. And I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the feedback that you guys give and the fact that you share and you like and you love and you comment and you ask questions and make suggestions. It's all a part of the community spirit and we really appreciate it. And so let me stop talking. I want to just welcome you to the program, Neville Scarlett. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. How are you today?
I must say I'm doing great.
Oh,
I have to thank God for life and strength. I'm still
oh,
here.
okay, wonderful. I'm so happy that you decided to come in here, be brave, sit and have a conversation about just life and stuff, school and so on. It's very brave of you and I love that. That's
Yes.
showing leadership and I really appreciate that. So I'm seeing here Simone Monteith, who is cousin to this young man here, Tashika Taylor, Krista Lee, and I'm not seeing anybody else on my computer right now. I know there are lots more people, but I just have to read what I see. Later on, I'll use my phone to see more people. So guys, like I said, please continue to share this. I see the numbers building. I want to make sure that we have a lot of people in the house tonight. Our Duquesne Williams is here, principal for Louisville High. Mr. Duquesne, I have your man here tonight. You asked for a doctor and I have one in the making right in front of me here. So here is your doctor. Here is the doctor in the making. So guys, continue to share this so that we can have more people joining us. Let me share also on my page so we can build up the vibes. So we can find some more support for this young gentleman and hear what he has to say. Now, I can't tell you how proud I am of this gentleman. I used to see him when he was a little kid. When I visit Jamaica, I would see him, and sometimes I'd bring candies, fancy candies, and I would give them. But for some reason, I didn't see him for a long time because I usually just tiptoe in and tiptoe out. So I didn't see him for a while, and I think 2 years ago I was visiting Jamaica and we're having a party for my mom, so I couldn't tiptoe in and out. I just was, all over the place. And I ran into him. I couldn't believe he grew up so big, so tall, so handsome. And we had this really great conversation, and he was also excited about the whole dental school thing, and being inspired by his older cousin who is in that practice. And I was just so impressed with him and his focus and vision for his future. And here he is tonight to share with all of us about his life and how he got where he is and where he's headed next. Um, Neville, can I tell you how proud I am of you and how proud the community is of you? Do you know that?
Yes, I do. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're absolutely proud of you. In the days when young men are going all over the place in places that we don't want them to go and heading in the wrong direction, I'm so proud to see how you have stood up and the direction that you're focused on and how you conduct yourself as a young man. I must say, you know congratulations to you, and congratulations to your father, Neville Scarlett Senior,
Yeah.
and your mom. I am really impressed with what they have done with their kids, you included. I am really happy to see where you are right now. So let me start out by asking you, what were your early education like? Where did you go to? Where did you start school?
I went to Happy Grove Primary.
Uh huh.
That's where I started out.
Where did you go
Uh,
before that?
Before that, no, I went to the basic school at Happy Grove.
Oh, so you went to
So,
from there to there. Okay,
yeah.
wonderful. What was your experience like at Happy Grove?
My experience, it was fun, mostly fun.
Uh huh.
And to be honest, I struggled a lot with schoolwork there
Mhm.
because I wasn't that quick on learning or
Mhm.
grasping certain stuff.
Mhm.
So apart from the fun, it was kind of depressing knowing that I wasn't at that level as my
Mhm.
friends.
Right.
So when I did GSAT, I wasn't, I didn't know anything much,
Uh huh.
but I passed for Louisville.
Uh huh.
And when I got that result, I felt bad because Louisville got a lot of bad name,
Uh huh.
and persons would say that's the worst school ever,
Right.
to be honest. And knowing that my friends went to Black River, Monroe, Stets,
Uh huh.
it was hard on me, and I cried. I cried when I was when I heard I was going to Louisville.
Oh
I
boy.
really cried.
Okay.
And persons would say a lot of bad stuff about Louisville.
Right. And that made you
Yeah.
feel like you like what? Like you didn't accomplish
Like
much?
I wanted to give up. Like I didn't want to continue school. I didn't want to go any at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did your mind change at all over the period you spent at Louisville?
Yes, it did. It did.
Tell me about it.
When I started Louisville, I
You have
met
some,
some
hold
friends.
on. There's something in the background making a squeaky sound. Is there a phone near you that might be interfacing with your phone?
No, no.
Okay, okay, let me see if it's my one because maybe the volume is still on. Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on talking.
So I didn't have that feeling when I started Louisville
Uh-huh.
because I met a lot of persons that they they were into the school and into academics.
Mm-hmm.
They helped me, my friends helped me. I formed bond with persons that value education and went to classes. So I started doing that along with the motivation of my sister who was in university at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I used her as an example.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed in her footstep and said that is what I wanted. So
Right.
I just keep focused throughout Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what motivated me.
Okay. What 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 what, if any, inspiration did you get from the teachers who were with you at that time?
I I was a good behaving student, I must say. So teachers would always reason with me like, Neville, they would talk to me, inspire me to do good and continue to keep up the good work.
Mhm,
And I had a lot of good teachers that they give some good advice
mhm.
that I followed, and they helped me to pull through Louisville.
All right, so let's break this down. You are not super bright, but you could manage. So
Yeah,
you were struggling a bit. Tell me on a
yes.
day-to-day basis how the teachers help you to accomplish what you needed to accomplish. Because we hear a lot of people come in here
So,
and say the teachers are
and I,
phenomenal, they're out of this world good. So tell me, you know, how was that?
uh, so the teachers at Louisville, they are good. I must say they are very good. So on a daily basis, when I go to school, like this one teacher, I can draw reference to Mr. Heron.
Mm-hmm.
he would he would try to put the teaching in many different ways so that I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
He reason it out, flesh it out for us, like, and that helped me to understand
Mm-hmm.
much better. And a lot of the teachers there did that because they understand that some of us didn't know or wasn't at the speed of
Uh-huh.
learning. So they kind of flesh out stuff for us so that we could
Break it
understand.
down. They break
Yeah,
it
break
down
it down
so
so
that
that we could understand. And that helped me to understand and pick up on my learning. And I started to grasp stuff at a faster pace. And that was me.
okay, right. Somebody here posted something about math camp. Was there a math camp? What role did that
Yes,
play?
that was maths camp with Mrs. Scott, Miss McFarling Scott. She
Uh-huh.
was a great teacher because I was slow in mathematics, but she did a lot. She did a lot.
Okay. Okay. So you would say that the largest part of your success was probably because you had really good teachers in high school.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
That's wonderful. And that's a plus for Louisville. And I'm happy you came on here and was able to tell your story as somebody who was not very bright going into Louisville, because some went in
yeah,
kind of average, some went in below average, and Louisville School didn't recruit you to come on here and tell us this story. You know, I found you to come on and talk your story. I didn't even realize you went to Louisville School when I contacted you. But we have been focusing a lot. Last week we did some interviews surrounding Louisville School. And this is kind of the sentiment that was expressed by many about Louisville School. And so it is very fitting and a good thing that you are here now to back up that story with your own story. So good, good example. And I'm happy that we're able to bring that up to put the school in a good light. Now,
yeah,
there have been many talks about Louisville being underrated because they send the students who are at the lower academic level to Louisville and kind of like just dumping them over there for lack of a better term.
yeah,
But somehow those teachers over there find a way to build up those students, their confidence, their skills, and to teach them enough that they could be up on academic par with other students from traditional high schools so that by the time they reach exam level they're like equal because they get phenomenal
yeah,
passes just the same, right?
yeah. Yes, that's true.
So that's amazing, and that's one point I'm happy we are able to bring out from your interview. So you are now 20 years old. Um, do you feel like you're 20? Do you feel accomplished, like you're a big man at 20? Huh?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And you're from Car, right?
Yes,
Okay. And your parents, we mentioned before, Neville Scarlett. Um,
yes,
and those who don't know, that's Scarlett from Cool Retreat. You're direct from that line. And from
yeah,
the Joneses from Car, meaning Barbara Jones is your grandmother, right?
my grandmother, yeah,
Yeah. And Miss Lucille would be your, what would that be? Great grandma? Yeah, because
yeah, great grandmother,
you're Derek Scarlett's grandson. And
grandson, yes,
Miss Collins, who is always on here, I don't see her yet. She would be your aunt. She's always here every
yeah.
night. Okay, great. So now that we establish who you are, really, because maybe a lot of people don't know you because you're not on the street or you're not out there. You're a quiet kind of young man. So you went to Louisville. You did well there. How many subjects did you leave Louisville with, having gone there as a slow student?
I left there with 8 subjects.
8. Okay,
Yes,
and what did you do? Congratulations. Really, really, really proud of you and
thank
that
you.
accomplishment for a slow starter to end with 8. It just goes to show how much you can achieve when you're placed in the right place with the right people and you have the right mindset. So that was wonderful. Um, when you left there, what did you do? Oh, so you were deputy head
There,
boy at Louisville too.
yes, I was.
Congratulations. Were you involved in anything else at Louisville?
Thank you.
Huh?
I was farm captain for my class. I participated in. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's a lot. You caught up so that you could be deputy head boy and all these wonderful things. Um, let me ask you,
Yeah.
uh, do you ever see yourself going into politics or anything like that in the future? Any leadership?
No,
Any political ambition? No. All right.
not in Jamaica.
Huh?
Not in Jamaica.
Okay, that's in Jamaica. Maybe you change your mind when you get older. Anyhow, so you finished like a star, deputy head boy, head of whatever, get your 8 subjects. How accomplished did you feel at that point? Did you have any regret?
No, I didn't have any regrets. I felt good. I felt proud of myself knowing that I passed through Louisville with 8 subjects. And I was proud to tell anyone that,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
That's wonderful. So here's your auntie, Claudine Collins saying, Evadne, I'm from the start. Okay, yeah, she's always here every night. Okay. And yeah, so you were very proud. You finished with your head high, I would say, right?
Yes.
And that's wonderful. And then you went where after Louisville?
After Louisville, I went to Black River Sixth Form
Uh-huh. And
because I went there because I at Louisville they didn't offer chemistry, and
uh-huh.
I wanted to do chemistry. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it at Black River High Sixth Form.
Uh-huh.
That was a requirement for me to apply to UTEC.
Okay. And
So
you applied and you
I
get
went to Black
accepted.
River after.
And
Yes, I did.
wonderful. How was that journey at Black River?
It was awesome. It was. When I went to Black River Sixth Form, I met some friends and they were more into academics. They motivated me, they helped me to participate in different activities performing arts, and they bring out the worshiping side of me because I didn't worship a lot, and I started to participate in singing and all of that. So it was great.
Oh, all of that in high school? That's wonderful.
Yeah, in sixth form at Black River.
Ah, nice. Did that give you more sense of purpose as a young man?
Yes, it did.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's nice to hear. Congratulations, Black River. You're doing an awesome job. And so how many subjects did you get in your advanced level sixth form at Black River?
I left there with 4 Cape subjects.
Four advanced level.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So those of you in the US, this is equivalent to graduating with an associate degree, I think. Because it's advanced level work or beyond an associate degree probably. So congratulations again. So tell me how you feel
Yeah.
thinking back on that journey. How do you feel now?
I feel like I have a lot of options to do with my life. Like I can choose what I want to do. Like I have the option to choose. So I feel flexible,
Right.
knowing that I have the qualifications I need. Yeah.
So that qualification, does it give you more confidence in yourself?
Yes, yes, it does.
So
It does.
at this stage of the game, do you feel second best to anybody academically? Do you feel like that person is better than me in any way? Or you feel like you could pretty much do
No,
anything now?
I feel like I can do anything now. I don't focus on the position where I'm at. I just focus on what I want to achieve
Yeah,
and what I'm going for.
yeah, that's the confidence I'm talking
Yeah,
about. Yep. You can do
yeah,
anything you want to be now. You can be an astronaut, you can be a scientist,
yeah.
you can do anything you want to do now. Just choose what you want to be and you can just go for it. And that's
Go
the
for it.
stage that I'm sure you would encourage anybody to fight to get to
Yes,
that
I will.
stage. Fight to get to that stage. Because now you can do anything. Even if you were, God forbid, and I wouldn't want you to do that, but even if you were to drop out of college now, you could go back and pick up.
Yeah,
You can do anything you want to do now because you already cover, your base and at a place now where you can launch off into any career. Isn't that a great
yeah,
feeling considering where you started?
it is.
And so what would you say to your friends about that feeling that you have right now and that confidence?
I would say they should continue to do good and keep focus in school and set an aim to what they need to achieve and move forward towards that. At the end of the day, it is going to feel great.
Right,
It
right,
is.
right.
So just keep focus. Keep
Okay,
focus.
wonderful. Andrew Burke here says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Tina Farkison says, go Team Louisville, we are the game changers. Cleon giving you a clap. Romana says, young man, the sky is the limit, right? So you see all these people out here just rooting for you. You already have 69 comments. Amazing. Amazing. And
Thanks, guys.
there are 63 people watching you right this minute. So that's a lot of love right there. That's a lot of love, and I'm very, very proud of you. And those of you who just joined and you didn't get a chance to share yet, please go ahead and share, guys. We need the young people to see this interview. We need the people from the school who are not sure that they're doing a phenomenal job. This is another stamp of approval right here. They need to see this. We need the people in the community to see, and we also need the people from other schools to see who think that Louisville School is not it. It is it, and it is getting better. And we're gonna see to it that the school gets better. And we only have to claim it as being better in order for people to start seeing it as a superior school for training people who can take them from down here to up here, because they're at a distinct disadvantage because they only get low grade students, but they take those low grade students, work 2 or 3 times as hard to bring those students up to the level where the others started. And that's a phenomenal job. That's a great thing to accomplish as a teacher, to be able to take people from way down here to way up here. I think it's an even greater job than for you to already start with the students who are up here and kind of just edge them up a little bit and keep, on that straight path. Taking them from all the way down here to up here, it's a wonderful, wonderful job. And Louisville High School deserves more praise and recognition. Parents, you need to start sending your children to Louisville High School instead of sending them on buses all the way, crossing how many parishes and going all kind of places that you can't afford. You need to support the school in your community. You need to think about building your community, and one way of building your community is to build your high school. That's the challenge. We have to do better. We have to build up ourselves. So,
Yeah.
Neville, would you recommend the school for just about anybody, even if they're super bright?
Yes, I would. I would recommend it for anyone, even if you're slow. I would recommend going to school, especially Louisville.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me now about this little business thing that you're doing.
Oh, I also have an online business. It's an hair business.
Mhm,
It's called Homemade Passion Twist. You
mhm.
can follow it on Instagram at homemade_passion_twist.
So tell me about that.
So it's basically manufacturing passion twist, and I sell those in college. I have a partner with me that does that.
So let me get this straight now. Let me get this straight now. So you also accomplish and bust out in life that you're not only doing your big university studies, you have business too.
Yes,
That's
yes.
amazing. I love that. I love that. And how is this twist done? You guys do it yourself, or you buy them?
No, we do it ourselves. We do it by hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and package them.
You have any of those twistings anywhere? Can show us? Ask somebody to bring
No,
it.
no, I don't. They are
No?
pre-ordered, so you have to order and make a deposit, and then we start processing the order.
Oh, fancy that. That sounds so
Yeah.
cute. I'm happy for you. People, go order your twist. Homemade_passion_twist. Okay, so here's the thing. We have something on a Wednesday afternoon called
Yeah.
Market, called Wednesday Market. We just started it. I'm going to invite you to come on Wednesday and show us your twists. The idea is for the person to come on and market to us what they have for sale. So you're going to show us what it looks like. Maybe have somebody there who has the twist in if you can, so we could see what it looks like on the person's head. However you can put together that marketing thing, just put it together and be on the program on Wednesday at Wednesday Market to sell your twist. But I'm excited for that, and especially because you guys do it yourselves. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Very, very awesome. I'm so proud of you. So who is this
thank you.
partner?
It's a female. We go to college together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that,
so
is,
we
is that a
we come
girlfriend?
up with the,
Is that the one?
I choose not to share that aspect.
Okay. All right, my handsome friend. Never mind.
Okay,
Okay. You have the right to choose to refuse to answer that one. But I'm so
okay,
incredibly proud of you and that business venture, and we look forward to hearing more about it. Okay, so you mentioned
okay.
in your in your bio that you rear livestock. You're into farming, but you're a livestock farmer. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. From I was small, I have been rearing pigs. I rear pigs, and that helped me with schooling. And my godfather gave me a pig when I was very small, and I moved on from that and started buying goats. I bought cows, and now I have cows, goats, and all of that.
Okay.
So that helped me to be active with school, and every now and then I could sell one, and that could help me to pay for my school fee or purchase uniform or stuff like that.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Were you doing that when you were in high school at all?
Yes, I started that from before primary school.
Okay, wonderful. So I was saying the other day to the people from Louisville who were here on a panel discussion that we could also encourage the students to find some way to help make those that money that they need for these exams, the final exams that they have to take, the external exams that sometimes the
Yeah,
parents can't afford. So this would be a good example. You rear your animals and whatever, so it could help you along. It might not be enough to do everything, but it does help, right?
yes, it does.
Okay, wonderful. That's a great idea. So you really a very industrious young man. You're into all kinds of things. There's no way you could be a poor man. By the time
No,
you're 30, you will be really up there financially. I could see that because you're already putting yourself in the position where you have several streams of income, even while you are still studying. That's
yeah.
amazing. Where do you think you get that from? That business part of you?
I think it runs in the family. It
Okay.
runs in the family, the Scarlett family.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you said you also worked at the Chinese supermarket to help you financially.
Yes, I did. I started working there when I started Louisville.
How long did you work there for?
I worked there throughout all the years.
In high school.
Yeah, my 5 years in high school, I worked there.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And still some people can't find anything at all to do. I really admire your attitude towards work and business and studies. It's really um something to be admired and something that should be emulated, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
You always find a way. That's amazing. That
And it was rough. It was rough working during school. I used to, after school, I hurry up and go to Newmarket. I would bring my clothes in my bag, and I just stopped at work, change, and work for the evening up to 8 o'clock. So I would do that on a daily basis.
at the supermarket.
Yes.
What were you doing at the supermarket? What did they have you do?
I packed the shelves. I handle deliveries and go out on the road and purchase goods, stuff like that.
Okay. You know, once I heard someone said someone got a job at the Chinese place. I'm not sure if it's the same one or where. And they told her to go clean the bathroom. And the person was relating the story to me as being upset. Do you look down on anything like that?
No, no,
Because
I don't.
the young lady didn't take the job because she had to clean the bathroom. If that
I
was
don't
you,
mind
would
that.
you have done it?
Yes, I have,
Yeah.
but I don't focus on how the bathroom looks or how it would make others look at me. I
Mm,
don't focus on that because at the end of the day, I'm getting my paycheck and that's gonna help me with school. So apart from persons looking down on me that I clean bathroom or stuff like that, sometimes you have to swallow your pride if you
yep.
want to be successful.
A job is a job.
Yeah.
I have had to clean bathroom on the job in New York when I came here and work in a restaurant. So a job is a job. When you have your money and you have your whatever you need to do with your money, nobody should envy you for it. You will do
Yeah,
what it takes to earn an honest bread. And that's what you did, right?
that's what
So
I did.
so this is a case that young people who are watching take note. A job is a job. It's better to have a job that you have to work hard and you have to do some things that are not that comfortable and it's an honest bread than to go to the extent that I see some young people or hear of some young people going to to make money or to get money or to dig money out of man's pocket or woman's purse when you can go and do an honest job and get an honest day pay. So
Yeah.
this is a great example. You do what you have to do to get where you need to get. Do it honestly. All right. So in the group in the chat here we have Miss Tatlin Smith, that's a former principal of Beersheba. She said, "A job well done. Never keep striving. The sky's the limit." Already said Dean Burr, "Congratulations, Never keep up the good work." And Miss Claudine, she says she likes to hear business. Adrian Smith says, "Congratulations, son. Keep on doing well." Um, Cleon, I just realized who you was congratulating. I know you as a little kid. Happy for you. Yes, Cleon. Lenworth Cameron said, "Congratulations, good job." Miss Claudine, hi Neville, so proud of you, my nephew. Jacqueline Hornis. Um, you know who's Jacqueline Hornis? From on Mass Buster. Congratulations, always
Oh,
with his
okay.
dad, very humble. Um, Shelly Green, congratulations. Sky's the limit. Nothing wrong with no school. Maybe you're better than your friends today. Minette Dobson Smith says, "Good evening, everyone. Proud of you, Neville." Um, Nikisha says, "Congratulations, young man." Um, Veronica Kane Green says, "Congratulations, Neville." Carol Smith, "Congratulations, young man, to both you and your parents." Um, Krista Lee says, "So proud." Tamika says, "Glad I know you. For the 5 years of high school, you were a humble and well-mannered young man." The principal of Louisville, Duke and Williams says, "Congratulations, Never keep the Louisville high flag high." Donna Williams says, "Congratulations, Richard Armstrong. Louisville High School is on a mission to continue transforming students as we get whatever." Congratulations, young man, says Donovan Hebert. "Keep focus, your future ahead of you." Tamika Nemard, "I'm so proud of you, Never." Savina Bahram says, "Congratulations." Romina I said congratulations. Frankie Campbell says congratulations, sir. Marcia Robinson from New York. She says congratulations. Okay, so this is a whole lot. I can't read all of them. That would finish out the whole time. Beverly Smith says, proud of you, young man. Imogene S says, congratulations. Shelly Green, you got young man. Veronica Walker, who's your cousin. Good night, everyone. Jackie Collins from New York says, congratulations. And it goes on and on and on and on. So you can read them and respond to them later. But
Okay.
the community showed up for you, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of them for showing up for you, for you to feel the love and for you to be showered with all this praise when you do well. When you do
Yes.
well and people see that you did well in spite of your struggles, in spite of your pain, in spite of your shame, you stuck with it and you overcame. You know, we all can rejoice with you now, but I'm sure there were periods when you talk about how disappointed you were when you got your pass to go to Louisville and you didn't want to go and you felt embarrassed and all of that. But look at you now. Look how that turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next move for you, Neville, after you finish University of Technology?
The next move for me is to continue my education to progress to a different level
Mm-hmm.
with my bachelor's that I will be getting. And I have a lot of things planned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm also thinking about leaving Jamaica or to go overseas to our next college or to
University.
do something,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to carry on my career in dentistry.
Okay. Wonderful. So those
Yeah.
of you guys in the diaspora who are watching, if you know of scholarships overseas that Neville could take advantage of, especially NYU. I think Romania, you're connected to NYU. I think, is that so, Romania? If it is, just holler at me. But I think I believe you're connected with NYU in some way or the other. If you guys spot any scholarship for this young man for him to finish his dentistry, to be a doctor, please share the information with him so that he can start applying for scholarships overseas as early as now. Mr. Principal of Louisville, like I said you wanted a doctor from Louisville, and somebody had pointed out that there was a doctor before. This is your second doctor here in the making, so you have you that mission is almost fully completed. Maybe you need to stir up a new one during your time. But this process has already started, as we can see here in this young man and somebody else that went on before to become a doctor. So um, there you go. Congratulations, Louisville. Congratulations, Neville. I know you will achieve that. And like I told you today, I'm here for whatever support I can give. Um, Consider me on board. I'm in. So just let us know. So this young man, as he's trying his best, he's doing his stuff. Support his business or support him in any way that you can for him to continue his college or his university education up to the level of being a doctor. Beautiful story. We love the journey, Neville. We wish you, you know, all the best with whatever you're doing, and we can only expect greater things from here on. Is there anything you want to say to anyone who might be listening from Louisville, or the community, or your parents? You can take your time and say to whichever of them,
Okay.
or all of them. Your friends, your parents, the school, whatever. It's all yours.
Uh, I just want to say thanks to everyone that congratulated me on my success, and to my family, my dad, and he has done a lot to help me throughout school. My mom and my siblings and the teachers at Louisville, great job. I'm here to say you have done a wonderful job. And my advice to anyone in school struggling is to keep focus and to farm the right company. Just keep a positive mind, and no matter which school you are, you can achieve what you are there for. The school doesn't matter. The name of the school doesn't change anything. It's what you go there to do and what you left there with. So you have to just set an aim to what you want and focus on that. And once again, thanks to everyone online that is congratulating me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Neville. We will have much, much, much more of you on this program as time progresses. I'm so proud and so happy I was able to highlight your story. Just shows a story of humility and triumph, and I wouldn't get tired of listening to your story, your journey, and just where you are and how confident you are right now. And I'm so incredibly proud of you. I can just imagine your parents. So
Yeah.
thank you again for joining. I appreciate you taking this time to be with us. And we will touch base again, and hopefully you'll be back on here on Wednesday with your hair so we can all see it. Okay? So take
Yes, I will.
care now and have a wonderful night. God bless
Okay.
you.
Thank you for having me, and same to you. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.